On this issue of taxation, I really want to advise William Ruto. I want to talk generally about economics, and probably will pick what is important and urgent from all that, which will save the economy of this country, of our beloved nation, Kenya. If you look at Adam Smith, in his book, In the Wealth of Nations, Adam Smith stated clearly that it is not from the benevolence of the chef, the brewer, nor the butcher that we get to eat our dinner, but by their interest attached to it. So you see, the idea of taxation, it is not coming in good faith. And in economics, there are three schools of thought in economics: the classical school of thought, the Austrian school of thought, and the Keynesian school of thought from the great man called John Maynard Keynes. The classical school of thought is so clear that the wealth of a nation is calculated based on its national income, on the basis of the national income. And the national income is based on the work of its inhabitants. And the president is largely using the classical school of thought together with the Austrian school of thought. But the best model, the best school of thought, is the Keynesian school of thought. John Maynard Keynes was from Britain. And during the Great Depression in America, the depression that almost paralyzed the whole nation, that almost brought the world, the global economy, to its knees, that assaulted the global economy, he came up with a simple theory, simple model that worked. And the Keynesian school of thought is what this nation, is what Ruto should use. And it is very clear. It states that during an economic downturn like what we are having now, during a recession, during assault of the economy, the government, in its wisdom, must ensure that tax is reduced, tax is cut down, and the government injects money into the economy, into the system, so that the person, so that the bottom-up economy they were talking about, the person on the ground gets more money in their pockets, creates high demand, spends more. With spending more, high demand is created. When high demand is created, our economy grows, because with the increase in demand, will automatically, increase in demand increases consumption, will automatically make our economy grow. So cut down the taxes. Once you cut down the taxes, ensure that you inject more money into the system. Then when there's an economic boom, when the economy is growing up, increase the taxes a little. Okay. Remember, the economy is not growing in Kenya now. So increase a little tax, then the government to spend less. Okay. Because people shall have had money to spend. So even if tax is increased, people have money in their pockets to spend. But you cannot make a grave mistake, a mistaken belief that people have money. People have no money, people have no jobs. Therefore, increasing tax in an economy where there are no jobs and there is no money, you are paralyzing this nation. Then I don't see the reason, the need why you worked so hard to campaign, you prayed to be the president, just for you to want to be hated for no reason. Why did you do so? And on the issue of the debt, that he should not take more loans. I want to also educate him on the issue of loans. And it's as simple as this. We had a great economist who was called Franco Modigliani, an Italian-American-based economist who won Nobel Prize because of economics. Franco Modigliani stated clearly that during your working days, you can save more as you work so that you fund your retirement. And that is the introduction of the loan system through a theory called the life cycle consumption theory that he came up with. Okay? So, what you ought to have enjoyed in 70 years' time, you can enjoy it now by taking a loan for it, by taking a mortgage for it. Then you pay slowly as you enjoy it. Because probably you can save all your lifetime, then when you reach the retirement age, you are not existing. You shall have been dead by then. So what you need to enjoy in the future, you can enjoy it presently as you pay for it. Therefore, the loan system is not wrong. What is wrong is you borrow money. If you borrow money, and there are so many leakages like corruption, then you find that this borrowed money is going to waste. Then there was also a gentleman called Merton Miller. Franco Modigliani and Merton Miller came up with a theorem that states that the debt and the equity in a company, an amalgamation or a mixture of the debt and equity in a company, okay, need not necessarily bring down the company, so long as the market is efficiently run. But you see, our company in Kenya that Gachagua is referring to is not efficiently run. Therefore, we will go down whether we like it or not. You know, this is a model that was being used by Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore. When Singapore was growing, developing, he decided to introduce the idea of the housing, and I think Ruto has borrowed it from Singapore. But you see, the application is wrong. You can borrow something and you apply it wrongly. What I think the government is doing now, or what they want to do, is to introduce that tax. After introduction of that tax, they want to raise money so that they spend it now and create a problem in the next 15, 20 years. Because remember, the government, they are claiming they don't have money. So they want to raise money. After having that money, they spend it. But what are they creating? A problem in the next 15, 20 years. So this problem that is being created now will find Ruto not in power. But he shall have created a big problem. So let him go back and read about Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore on how he managed the idea of the housing to its citizens and the taxation of the same.